Dudes behind the foods. Yo, it's the dudes behind the foods. Dudes behind the foods. Yeah, it's the dudes behind the foods. That's actually really fucking good. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Dudes Behind the Motherfucking Foods. Stupid David So is still in beautiful Hawaii. I was going to say stupid something else, but no, Hawaii is not stupid. Hawaii is beautiful. David So is a little more beautiful. He's been working out a lot, but even more beautiful, we have subbing in for David So, a good friend of mine, the first ever African-American K-pop artist, Alex Reid. Hi, Alex.
Hello.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
I thought you would be an interesting person to have because you have a lot of hot takes about all types of things, not only about food, but also about TV, movies, all types of shit.
Yeah.
We get into many heated debates on occasion.
Okay.
Also, to switch it up a little bit, Alex Reid is also vegan. But here's what's interesting about it. When we first started hanging out, you were like, yeah, I was raised vegan. Vegetarian. I was raised vegetarian until I came to LA and had In-N-Out, and then I ate it for like 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, exactly. I never ate, I definitely didn't eat red meat of any kind.
Yeah.
Even we just didn't eat meat, growing up. And then it was like In-N-Out was so good.
Well, tell me about that. Was In-N-Out your first meat you ate after this life of vegetarianism?
I think pepperoni pizza in New York was the first thing I ate. And even to this day, not eating meat, I don't miss meat at all. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I went from no meat to all meat.
Going in.
Adding bacon, extra everything. It was just crazy.
You were inviting me to burger places that were it had mounds and mounds of meat and shit.
Yes, mounds. We had that crazy pound burger with stuffed with so I went from no meat to I went out on my own, moved to New York, started eating pizza, and was like, wow, I like everything. Let's eat it all. Just do it all. Give it all to her. And then then that faded away. But I think pepperoni was the first thing I tried. And even now that I don't eat meat, it's the only thing that's I would still like
that. You miss a little bit?
Yeah. If there was one thing I was going to break my vegetarianism with, it would be pepperoni. But I'm not going to break it because I don't want to.
Well, I'm glad you like In-N-Out. And then what was what made you be I will have this In-N-Out? And what made you be I love this so much? Because a lot of people will say that In-N-Out is hyped up, that it's not as good as everyone makes it out to be.
I'll tell you why that is.
Tell me why, Alex. Please let us know.
I got all the answers.
Please.
Sway. Okay, so the animal style business isn't actually the way. It's the way on the fries. It's not the way on the burger.
Please tell me.
It's about the regular onions. You don't get grilled onions, okay? And you have to get a double-double. The single's not impressive to me. It's the ratios. It's how, it's the bread, how it gets that thin, crisp around the edge. You have to do regular onions, not grilled. And then there's one more thing about this. Hold on. Double cheese. Is lettuce on this sandwich?
Lettuce is on the sandwich.
No lettuce. Cut that off.
You get it without lettuce?
Well, not even. Yeah, when I got it.
When you got it, why is that? Do you not like lettuce?
I don't love lettuce, but I will eat lettuce. But on a burger like that, it just messes it up because it just feels like you got that crisp on the bun. You go through, it's you got that smushy. I love smushy texture. Smushy is my favorite texture.
I love a smushy into a crunch into a smush.
I just feel like the crunch is the edge of the bun. When I make my Impossible burgers, which are insane, by the way, I have to make you one. Maybe we'll do that today.
If you want.
Yeah.
Achia would love that, yeah.
Definitely doing that today. It's great.
Okay.
That's the key, is getting that. I use a vegan brioche bread.
Oh,
and I use Earth Balance. Butter it up nice and hard. Put it on the cast iron and get that nice edge. That's your crunch. We don't need to put a cold lettuce. It's a wetness. I don't need the wetness.
You know what? I enjoy lettuce in my burger because I also when I get to my last few bites, I like a big goopy soggy mess of burger.
Of lettuce?
All of it. I like the bread to soak in all that motherfucking juice and vegetable juice. All of it. I like the tomato juice and all the shit to be soaked into the bottom of the burger. By the time I'm eating the ass of the burger, I like that shit to be super sloshy and gloppy and messy, all right? That's just how I like it. So here's how I get
You're not making me eat burgers again.
Here's how I get my In-N-Out burger, okay? When I was getting cheese, it was a double-double, but now it's a double meat because I get it without cheese. But it's a double meat. I get the whole onion on there, and I get the whole grilled onion. Double onion. A lot of fucking onions. I like onions.
So it's still a double-double.
Yeah, I guess
Double
so.
meat, double onion.
I guess so. I do get it animal style sometimes. I add chopped chilies, and then sometimes I will.
What color are the chilies?
They're pepperoncinis.
I didn't even know they did them chopped. I always ask for them, and they give you they just give me the little bag.
Yes, but also you can chop them into your burger. That's a thing you can request.
Did not know that.
Ooh,
game changer. Because I used to take one bite, squeeze the juice, take another bite, eat the burger.
Yes.
Didn't know.
And let me tell you, they used to go light with the pepperoncinis, but now when you ask for chopped chilies, they go kind of fucking. They load them motherfuckers in there.
Love that.
Like it's pretty great. Let me ask you this: as someone who grew up in Texas, what part of Texas?
Dallas, Plano.
Are you a Whataburger fan? This comes up a lot. It came up in the last one too.
No, In-N-Out's better than Whataburger.
Bang.
I don't mean to make everyone from Texas hate me or anything right now, but it's not.
And there you go. And she's unbiased because she's fucking vegan. All right, she don't even eat them anymore. Yeah, exactly. Boom! Get out of my face, Texans. And they swear up and down about the Whataburger, man.
Whataburger, it's like for a fast food burger, like it was cool, but like. I wasn't writing home about it. You know what I mean? Like when I started, actually there's this horrible picture of me double fisting Whataburger.
Yeah.
Like, so after I moved away, started eating meat, I was back home, double fisting this Whataburger in the car, and my face looks like, it was like, I wasn't expecting the picture, and I was like.
Yeah, like you're determined.
It's really embarrassing. Like it's a bad picture. Like it looks wild. And the only reason I was double fisting was because I was thinking like, I got 2 burgers to try to figure out what the hype was about. Like I got your standard burger, and then I think I got the smokehouse barbecue something. So I was like really just trying to like A/B and be like, what is it about these? And even at that point, I still was like, no, In-N-Out for sure.
Wow. Well, Texas is gonna be on your ass about that.
I love you, Texas.
All right, so let me ask you this then. As a vegetarian who indulged in all the meats in her mouth, and then
not all of them.
All of them. And then later went on to be a vegan, which you are currently. Mm-hmm. What made you do that?
So indulging in all the meats was really, really fun, and I really had a ball. This was years. This wasn't like a quick indulge and stop, right? This was like years. And then I was living in Korea, and it's actually kind of emotional.
Korea, number one.
I don't know if we're allowed to be emotional on this
You
podcast.
are 100%. You would be the first one, but yes, go ahead.
David's going to be like, whew, she was terrible.
David loves you.
I love David. So I was in Korea, and it was really horrible. My dad came to visit me, and I was so excited. And he got really sick on the plane, and he ended up being in the hospital for 2 weeks. So he didn't get to come to my show. It was like really, really sad. Like
sick from what?
Oh my God, he had paralytic ileus.
So something. How do you get a paralytic ileus?
Well, it turned out that he had adhesions from a prior surgery. But
God.
Imagine this, like I had just gotten to Korea. I'd only been there about a month.
Yeah.
And then my dad comes to visit. He gets sick. We're in the hospital. I cannot speak Korean. No one speaks English in there, which was crazy because I found out later that the hospital we were at, they actually had, or somebody told me that they had a whole side that speaks English, but we weren't on it. Like we didn't. So it was really scary. Like they basically like told my mom he had to have emergency surgery or else he was not going to make it.
What?
And then nobody told me. And so I was performing and wondering why no one was there. And I was crying because I just felt it. I knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
And then it was just an exhausting time and I was so tired. I was under the impression that my managers were taking me to pick up my parents from the hotel and we were going to go to dinner.
Yeah.
And I was asleep in the car and then I woke up and we were pulling into the hospital. And I was so confused. And I had felt it all day that something was wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why wouldn't they just tell me? Like,
right.
Why would you tell me, yeah, we're going to pick up your parents from the hotel and go. Anyway, whatever. I digress. Point is, my dad got really sick. Like, this was both very serious illnesses. My dad got really sick. My mom got really sick. And I just got completely turned off to meat in that time. Like,
interesting.
I just, as soon as it happened, I couldn't eat meat because I just felt like it was death. Like, I just couldn't.
Interesting.
It put me closer to death. I can't explain it exactly. It was just like I was very like I was shaky and I was just praying all the time for my parents to make it. Like I was just so scared.
Yeah.
And then to see death, it was just like I can't.
So you were thinking of mortality, and then that made you your brain kind of did wait, animals die.
Yes.
So I can't eat meat.
Yeah. And also like I talk to God a lot. Like, I'm not trying to make this a God moment.
Girl, we talk about God all the time on here. Go ahead.
Okay. So for me, it was like, I just felt like I was praying so hard for God to like show my parents mercy and like save them and take care of them. And then at the same time, I felt like hypocritical because I felt like I wasn't showing God's creatures mercy. And I don't mean to get like deep and sad, but that's what happened.
Oh no, it's okay. God has seen me eat a multitude of animals, and He continues to bless. So
yeah, of course. But it just felt like hypocritical for me.
No, I understand that. Maybe
I'm not saying He wouldn't bless me or like He wasn't. I wasn't trying to make it a trade-off. Like if I stop eating meat, will you say like it wasn't a trade-off? It was just that feeling of like it sinking in that I felt like I was asking for something that I wasn't giving, and I just sometimes things don't make
that makes complete sense in my head because it's like I'm asking for life, but I'm not sparing life.
Yes, that's what it was. That's how it felt. And
Interesting.
Then and then I just never wanted it again. I was like, you know what, we're done.
Well, damn.
We're done.
How long ago was that?
That was 2000, end of 2015. Or
Sheesh.
no, end of 2016, end of 2015, beginning. I think it was December 2015.
So like 6-7 years.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. And now you've brought me vegan cookie dough.
It's a little toasty.
Is vegan cookie dough? Oh, you can take your sweater off, or we can turn the AC
I can't. There's no
up?
clothes under it.
Oh, Alex Reid, pull out some goddamn drawers, man. She don't never wear underwear. I'll tell you this. So me and Alex Reid. So Alex Reid is like my substitute Chia. Okay, as well as she is my substitute David So, she's my substitute Chia because I take Alex to all my like events that I get invited to. People all like watch the vlogs. They're like, why don't you take Chia? Like, first of all, Chia don't want to go to that shit, and they be like, because we got a baby, all right? But they be like, why don't you get a babysitter? I'm like, look, man, even if we had a babysitter, Chia don't want to go to that shit.
Right? They act like if Chia wanted to go, like she would be there. Like,
Yeah,
what do you mean?
Chia
Like,
literally-
he's definitely not saying Chia. You're
Yeah.
gonna sit this one out.
Yeah,
Alex Reid is coming instead. Like,
Chia's like,
obviously.
ill, take Alex.
Right?
Chia gives no shits about these Hollywood events. She would much rather stay home and chill. She's not trying to get gussied up and go fucking network with these people. She's like, it's so exhausting to her. Alex, on the other hand, Alex is great at networking. She
moving, I'm
fucking
shaking.
wingmans me with different producers as I do the same for her.
Yeah.
And also, and she's a part of the business. She understands how this shit works. You know what I'm saying? And she's good at arm candy as well, all right?
Hey.
So, anyways, I got invited to this Paramount Plus Emmys party because, I'm on this, Paramount Plus owns MTV. And of course, I'm on Wild 'N Out, I'm on Deliciousness. And so I'm like, yo, Alex, come with me to this shit, right? So it's a formal attire event. I've got a little nice little suit on. She has a nice little floofy layered what would
Voluminous.
Voluminous.
It was tulle. It was like all tulle and it was big. It was like
Yes.
It was a great dress.
Right. So Alex Reid, as we're going through the red carpet, which was a blue carpet, what made you think that, oh shit, it might be see-through? Oh, that's right. Tell me. Walk us through.
Okay, so it was like, first off, that red carpet or that blue carpet was like wild already. It was like we were on there forever, right? Like it's not usually that long that we're posing. Like, and even like we were trying to pose together and they're like separate, it was like, it was a lot of like flashes and posing for like longer than normal. And then we get off there and Tim's like, let's go to the bathroom. I'm like, yeah. So he goes to the bathroom. Separately, not together.
So you gotta specify for these people, man.
Okay. He goes to the men's bathroom to get detailed. I go to the girls' bathroom, and when I'm in there, I'm like washing my hands, and I see this like glimpse on my black dress that I thought was extremely opaque of like light, like tan, like my skin.
Yeah.
And I was like, I double looked. I was like, wait, what? And then I looked again. I was like, wait. And then I could see. I was like, oh, hold on. Like, this dress, like as many layers as it was and as opaque as I thought it was in my mirror at home, it was not.
So she comes out of the bathroom freaking out.
Wait, I had the lady in there take a picture of me with a flash, and you could see through. So then I come out almost crying. And I'm like, Tim.
Well, you could kind of see through. Even with the picture you took with your own phone, like, yes, you could see your skin, but not once did I ever see areola. I didn't see any fucking cooch flap on you. Like, if you were watching us through the night of this party for like an hour from when we left the bathroom, you will see me with my flash fucking camera, like, trying to zoom up on her titties and cooch area. As then we watch it back, like, can we see a nipple? Can we see a nipple? Can we see fucking any labia in there? And she was freaking out, thinking that these red carpet pictures, you know, went through her dress and she would be naked on fucking Getty.
Before we started doing our own tests, I came out of the bathroom. Oh, no, I was in the bathroom and then a lady comes out of the stall and was like, wait, what's going on? And I told her and she looks at the picture and she's like, oh gosh, because you could kind of see, you know, like he said, that you couldn't really tell what you were looking at, but it was definitely skin. And I'm thinking with all those flashes on the blue carpet, it was probably worse. Right. So the lady happened to work for, I think, the overseeing the press. I don't know. She did something with the press.
What a happy coincidence for you.
Happy coincidence. She knew I was stressing, so they went and tracked down the head photographer and let us look on his camera to verify. Mm-hmm. And it was really great. They were actually really great. They're like, we are not going to run anything where we can see through your dress. But then, you know, the whole night I was still it kept hitting me and I would get paranoid, because my mom will kill me. You know how my mom is. I wouldn't want to have a wardrobe malfunction like that, but my mom would disown me. It would be over. We'd have no relationship. She would be so mad at me.
Accidental nipple on the red carpet.
Listen, you don't because she tells me all the time, Alex, be appropriate, wear undergarments. So then it would be I told you to wear undergarments.
As long as I've known her, and this is not because I've seen, but she's always mentioned,
I love how you have to always specify that.
She's looking oh wait, no, be careful, blah blah blah, because I'm not wearing panties. I'm not wearing this.
Yeah, I don't. I just I feel I don't know. I feel you're setting yourself up for a bacterial buildup. Look, you said I have hot takes. I know that this is not scientific, but it just seems to me if you have something that's blocking any air, it just doesn't seem healthy.
But aren't panties supposed to catch the fucking natural discharge and shit?
I don't think that you're gonna have so much discharge going on if you always don't wear panties, because then you don't have anything going on.
This is a hot take.
I'm just saying, I have a lot of health problems, right? You know, I have all the health problems.
Yes, you do.
One thing I don't have health problems is the gynecological stuff. Look, I don't want to. We gotta knock on wood, and this is not a food conversation. I'm just saying.
It kind of is.
Is it?
We're eating vaginas and stuff.
That's not food.
It can't. It's not something that would sustain your health. But yeah, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just that's just my take on it. Is that I just feel it's the healthier, better option to just let some air flow.
All right, we're gonna talk more about Alex's vagina after this break.
I thought you were gonna say, okay, we're gonna go back to food.
No.
I was like, yes, thank God, thank goodness.
Howdy, partner. You might be wondering, how does ButcherBox turkey compare to the ones at the local grocery store? Well, I was wondering the same thing, and we're going to answer that question for you this year because ButcherBox got the turkeys on deck, okay? ButcherBox takes the guesswork out of finding high-quality meat and seafood that you can trust, okay? And it's so convenient. You choose from a variety of box plan options, from curated to customized, and change your plan whenever you want. Enjoy a variety. I'm talking about a range of high-quality cuts that are hard to come by at the grocery store and at an amazing value. I personally love their ribeye steaks that they sent. Fire. And also everything else is really quality meat. I'm going off script here and I'm being serious here. The meat from ButcherBox is very delicious. You can taste the quality, okay? So, the main course for Thanksgiving dinner can sometimes be a main source of stress. Not anymore because ButcherBox. The main course for Thanksgiving dinner can sometimes be a main source of stress. Well, not anymore because ButcherBox is offering our listeners free turkey with their first order. That's right. Sign up today at butcherbox.com/dudes and use code DUDES to get one 10 to 14 pound turkey free in your first box, okay? If that was confusing for you, you get a turkey that's 10 to 14 pounds, okay? That's butcherbox.com/dudes and use code DUDES to claim this deal. Hey guys, this episode of Dudes Behind the Foods is brought to you by GoodieBrand.com. Tim here, just popping in to remind you that we got new hats. count your blessings. We got beanies. We got new flannels. We got all types of new gear. So go to GoodieBrand.com and check it out.
Wait, okay. Before we go back to the red carpet, let's talk about your vagina some more.
What? No, let's not. Why are we talking about what is there to talk about?
Oh, I don't know.
Is this really going on there?
I thought we're taking a deep dive into your cooch here.
We're not. The deepest the dive is that I think that it's good to just have a little circulation.
Right.
Air circulation.
Maybe if you wore some panties, all your other health problems would just go away. Maybe that's the one thing that's been like fucking you up this whole time.
That would be so crazy. It's like, wow, I don't have lupus anymore. I don't have Hashimoto's.
Yeah, your lupus would be just cured if you just put some panties on.
I'm not turning blue anymore. That's crazy.
So, and you just made me realize that maybe that's why we can't find any of our pictures from that night. Maybe something got lost in translation and they just deleted all of our pictures. Because look, from that red carpet, blue carpet.
Oh no.
You know, there's a lot of like Getty images and, you know, we've been trying to find them, but there's literally no pictures of us. And I realize now that's probably why.
Did you hit your rep at MTV?
I did. She's like, yeah, no, she's like, I have people like looking for them. But so yeah, maybe that's why.
So do you think that it was see-through? Because now I'm stressing again.
No, I think your pictures were fine. I think they were just told to delete the pictures and they were like, fuck it. But look, to Alex's credit, we did see pictures of another woman from that night.
Oh yeah,
where you can straight up see her nipples through her dress. But from
I said it to you. I was like,
yeah, I was like, okay, yes, that okay, yeah. But your dress, I think it was manufactured in a way that like you'd probably see some skin through certain parts, but the nipples and the cooch are good to go. So I think you can wear that again to a red carpet and you'll be okay.
I'm never, like lesson learned. Like at this point, lesson learned.
Panties.
Like, yeah, maybe I can do air circulation on my free time when I'm sitting and writing at home. But now when it comes to any kind of going out, like in that sense, where there's lesson learned. Okay, Mom, I'm going to wear. Love you, Mom.
Here's something that's funny is like, as far as not wearing underwear, I remember when like, girls looking at guys in gray sweats, like looking at their dick prints was like becoming like a big thing. Like everyone was like on social media was like, oh yeah, when he wears gray sweats, blah, blah, blah. There was a time where I'm like, if I was wearing gray sweats out, I was like, you know what? Let me just not wear any underwear because I don't want nothing holding my bulge down. Like I want my bulge to be prominent because if I'm wearing these gray sweats out, I want to put my best dick forward. You know what I'm saying? I want to be presentable.
All the way forward.
All the way forward.
You don't want it being restrained.
Yeah, I don't want people being like, oh yeah, Tim was wearing some gray sweats and I ain't seen no balls. So it's like, oh, okay. So when I was putting on gray sweats, I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna just let it fly, you know?
Okay. And so then did you start? I mean, when did that start? And are you wearing?
Well, now you just kind of now for sure. If I put some sweats on, I'm wearing I wear boxers instead of boxer briefs at like just in case someone just happens to be looking down at my bulge, you know? Because boxer briefs will push you down. Like hold you down a little more, and boxers will let you swing a little bit more. Because you never know with these kids. These kids are always trying to talk about something, you know. But it's not so much like, oh, let me just not wear drawers so I can have the print out. That's not a thing anymore.
I actually didn't know that was a thing. What you said about
gray
sweats?
sweats? Oh, it's a whole meme. Like, oh, when he got them gray sweats on, because I guess gray sweats are like just more of a I guess the print is more prominent in some gray sweats. Yeah. Were you not aware?
No.
Man,
I don't get out enough.
You're like, no, you're not in enough. You're not in your phone enough.
Oh, I'm definitely not in my phone very much.
Yeah, that's like a Chia thing. You and Chia are very similar in that, like, I have to constantly tell Chia what certain memes are about and what the internet is talking about, or else she'll just have no idea. You know what I'm saying? She's so just detached from all that.
Yeah, that's me too.
Yeah, she just doesn't care.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you girls get along so much.
I was gonna say that's why I can like sub in for her. We got curly hair.
Yeah.
We're not in our phones.
You're not.
We don't know what's happening in meme culture.
Yeah, you really don't, and that's okay.
Actually, I remember like this is a really long time ago. I feel like you posted something that I thought was so funny and random. I can't remember what it was now, and then I like hit you, and you were like, "Yeah, it's like you haven't seen those." It's like you're like, "I didn't come up with that." I was like, "Oh,
shit!"
You're like, it's like very big.
I wish I remembered what that was.
I don't know. I just remember thinking it was hilarious to the point I like texted you about it. Like, that was genius. And you're like, I didn't make it up.
That's kind of why we became friends early on, though. I feel like we had a really similar sense of humor. I think after we did that cookie Valentine's Day video, you checked out a bunch of my skits and you were like, oh my God, this is so funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, thank you. I enjoy when people think I'm funny.
I didn't know what YouTube was. Like, you were my full-on introduction to YouTube. Like, when Auburn or somebody told me, like, what you do these, you're a comedian, you're rapper, you do skits. And I was like, what skits? Like, I didn't know what we were talking about. And then I went down, like, that was my introduction to YouTube, and I couldn't stop watching. Mm-hmm. There was the one where you and I think Eric were, like, in bed.
Oh, and he's the girl?
Yeah.
That was a great one. That's a great one.
This was so long ago, and I, like, really remember, like, that. I watched it so many times. And I was like, dude, you're funny. Like, this is funny.
And then he farts in real life, and then we laugh.
Yeah.
That's the blooper.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. I think I liked when he said, I'm on the rag.
All right, so what's your favorite vegan place out here in Los Angeles?
Ooh, there's so many good ones. Okay. Definitely Nick's on Beverly.
Nick's on Beverly is solid.
I showed y'all that, huh?
Did you?
Yeah, I showed Chia.
Okay, whoever, you probably
Give
did.
me my credit.
Alex fucking put us on because that is, look, even when Chia, like, she is 100% not vegan, but when she gets a spare day to go to lunch with a friend or something, she goes to Nick's on Beverly.
Yeah, me too.
She craves it.
Yeah, it's so good. Like, the brunch is crazy.
Yes.
I mean, you can't really go wrong. Like, it's just...
And for me trying to avoid cheese, their pizza popping.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Their lasagna, delicious.
Never had it.
Oh, it's great. Oh wait, maybe I'm getting it confused with Crossroads lasagna.
Delicious, had it.
Also fucking bomb, yeah.
Have you had at Crossroads it's like the spicy
No.
Oh my gosh. We need to go to Crossroads.
I
went with you. Me and you and Chia did go to Crossroads.
Yeah, we
Crossroads
did.
is great.
You randomly ordered, like, it was like the fake like sandwich meat.
Cold cut sandwich.
Was that good?
It was good.
Okay.
The reason I ordered that is because I love sandwiches. Like, I love, like, I know, like, no one gets that excited about a sandwich.
I love sandwiches too.
Sandwiches are crazy.
They're the best.
Oh, I love sandwiches. And I used to love, in that meat phase, I used to love cold cuts, like a nice Italian sandwich.
So, when you're pregnant, you're not supposed to eat cold cuts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Chia ate some of my sandwich because she was excited.
Yes, because Chia, that's one thing she was craving when she was pregnant that she couldn't have.
Right.
Is because she was like, she loves a good fucking just cold cut sandwich. And they say, like, if you're pregnant, stay away from that cold deli meat. It has to be like smoking hot if you're going to eat it. So that was a nice little, little sub in for the sandwiches when she was pregnant.
And they had a giardiniera on it, which is my favorite.
Important.
Like, giardiniera on everything, for the record. Like, on everything. Just like,
Giardiniera.
on everything. Put it on pizza. Put it on everything.
I like
Makes
the
it better.
giardiniera.
Like the really hot ones.
There's there's this little farmer's market we go to that they sell these sandwiches from Louisiana. These sandwiches called God damn it. They're very specific Louisiana sandwiches. I forgot what they're called, but they have a bomb giardiniera on there. Oh, but you don't eat meat anymore, so you can't have it anyways. So it's irrelevant. I'm not even gonna look it up. But
maybe they want to know. Muffaletta.
Yes.
Boom.
Yes.
Take that, David So. David So could never.
He knew it too.
Oh.
But fuck, how'd you know that?
I know my sandwiches. I love food.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Even though I didn't think of it, you coming up with it before I had to look it up was like so satisfying.
Delicious. And it has the olive topping on. Does your version have that?
Yes, olive topping, yes. Are you somebody who is like how I just had to Google something to figure it out? Do you try to think of it before you Google it, or do you not care?
I never look it up. Like, if I know it, like, I feel like it's a challenge. Like, I gotta remember.
Yeah, you just never.
It's like Jeopardy prep. Like, it's how I train.
Oh, let's talk about that, bruh. So, David So thinks I'm so weird for watching Jeopardy every night. He thinks he thinks I'm strange for it. But he does not know that you also love Jeopardy as much as I do.
It's the best show ever. Like, I
Every
love
night.
it so much.
Do you watch less because Alex is gone? Alex Trebek?
So I don't watch less or more. My situation is I only watch it when I'm in Texas with my dad.
Interesting.
So I record them all I record them all, and then when I go home, we just marathon binge them.
Are you serious?
No, like all day. Like you don't even know what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about like 30 episodes. Like
that's so
I'm
funny.
talking all day. Like wake up because I have to. Like I know how many there are. Like if I'm not home for a long time, there will be a lot of episodes, and it's like I know I got to get through them. So yeah.
So you still you how do you feel about Blossom as the new host?
Who was Blossom?
The girl.
Mayim?
Yeah.
I'm like, Blossom?
She started off on a sitcom called Blossom.
Oh, I thought it was the Big Bang Theory or something.
No, before she was on Big Bang Theory, she was on a sitcom called Blossom way back.
Woo, didn't know that.
Like 90s shit.
I actually really like her.
Yeah.
I wasn't into Ken.
I like Ken. But yes, Jeopardy is my shit. Jeopardy is Alex's shit.
Yep.
There was one night where David was over. Me, Chia, and David were watching Jeopardy, and have I told you the story?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, and it was a final Jeopardy question, and David was already kind of like, we're there, like Chia and David were watching me, and they're like, how the fuck do you know these answers, right? And I think part of it has to be with me just being an only child, and a lot of it has to do with me just watching a lot of television. But I also realized recently when I was at Costco that a reason why I know so much just random trivia is because my dad used to buy me these Brain Quest little like pamphlets.
Love that.
Like little things that it was just always just all these trivia questions. They were called Brain Quest or Brain some shit, and it's just a bunch of questions, right? So anyways, we're watching Jeopardy. And the final Jeopardy question, all I remember was the answer was like, or the question was like, what is the Spanish Armada? And I was watching and I was like, I think it's the Spanish Armada.
So that was the, yeah.
And that was the answer. David was like, David's face was like, what the, like he had fucking just seen like an alien. Like he was shocked. And he was like, how the fuck did you know that? I'm like, honestly, dog, I have no idea.
It was just in there.
It's just in there.
And that's the thing is like also if you watch enough Jeopardy, it's like you can study for Jeopardy by watching Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Like I learn a lot by watching Jeopardy, and I don't know, I didn't go to college. So I'm like, does this count? Like, is this an education?
Even when you watch like one rerun, because I remember one time we were watching a rerun that we didn't realize it was a rerun at first, and then I knew so many questions, and she was like, "What the fuck? How do you?" I was like, "Oh wait, this is a rerun, but this is just ingrained.
It's just in there."
Yeah, man.
I love Jeopardy.
We're just like. We're next level, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I definitely preferred like when Alex was there, obviously.
Alex
it's like
was
extremely
the best.
sad.
He was the best.
He was the best.
Did you see that
But
clip?
Mayim's great to me. I think Mayim's, you don't like her?
Mayim's solid to me as well. I think Alex was just so effortlessly like just funny and just everything.
That was my thing about Ken, is I feel like he was trying to like be funny in the way that Alex would be funny. Like when Alex would be shady, you know, it was like he was still Alex Trebek, and it was like kind of sweet and endearing. But I feel like when Ken tries to do the Alex shady that's still endearing, it's like, no, dude, like you're being rude. Like you're a jerk.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
I mean, I'm not saying he's a jerk like in life, but it's just I just felt like his humor wasn't effortless.
Did you see the Alex Trebek clip when that girl's talking about how she likes nerd rap?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was like, hold on, yes. But he said, he said something like, he like called out the nerdiness.
Yeah, no, she's like, yeah, no, I'm a big fan of like what's called nerd rap, where like people rap about like video games and blah blah blah, and like not having success with girls, and he's like, losers. In other words. Man, fuck, Alex Trebek, he was the best. There's another one where so Alex Trebek was actually like a huge sports fan, you know?
Yeah.
And so there's one category where like nobody was getting any of the football.
I remember this.
Yeah.
I remember this very clearly.
Yeah, it was like football, and then the last question came up, and he's like, if one of you get this, I will die. All right, well, we're gonna pray to a shrine of Alex Trebek, and we'll be right back.
Hey, man. We all need to learn some things and expand our minds, okay? With MasterClass, you can learn from the world's best minds anytime, anywhere, and at your own pace. You can learn how to, elevate your singing and stage presence with Christina Aguilera. You can make compelling videos that go viral with Marcus Brownlee. You can learn so many with over 150 classes from a range of world-class instructors. That thing you've always wanted to do is closer than you think, okay? I've always wanted to improve my photography skills, so I like that Capture Your Vision Through Photography class with Petra Collins. Yo, I've always thought I had an eye for it, but she gave me those tips that I needed to just take my skills next level, all right? I highly recommend you check it out, and you can get unlimited access to every class, and as a Dudes Behind the Foods listener, you get 15% off an annual membership. So go to masterclass.com/dudes now. That's masterclass.com/dudes for 15% off Masterclass.
All right, so Alex Reid, you got kicked out of a Cici's buffet. You were telling me. I've never heard this story from you.
Yeah.
Tell me, because I'm excited to hear it.
Well, you know how much I like buffets, right?
I didn't know you like buffets. I don't think you've ever told me that.
Love.
I am a big fan of buffets.
Right? They're great.
Yeah, I haven't been to a buffet since pandemic.
Really?
Like, I haven't been back to a buffet since.
Are you are you worried about it? Health reasons?
Yeah, I just feel like everybody's disgusting.
I feel you.
But
Ew, I did have a bad experience like 2 weeks ago. Well, I always stare at the buffet because I love buffets, but it gets a little stressful.
Right.
Just because I feel like the food is mine. Like once I know, it gets stressful. It just feels like other people are eating it, and I watch because I like to see when they put down something fresh. Because I like to run there and I like to get it. So I was watching, and then it was at an Indian buffet, and I watched a guy walk up with his plate, his dirty plate. Yeah.
And what do you do?
Went up to the buffet and put more food on his filthy, dirty plate, letting the serving spoon touch the plate.
Oh.
Not acceptable.
No.
But then another guy got up.
Okay.
Did the same thing. Licked his fingers. Touched the serving spoon. And then I called over
Well,
the
at least
guy.
he didn't touch the food.
What do you mean? Touch the serving? If he touched the serving thing, now I'm going to touch it. No, this is such a disaster. And so I told the guy, I was like, excuse me. I was like, I think people don't know that they are supposed to get a new plate.
Well, you don't have to get a new plate.
Yes, you do.
I don't always get a new plate.
I'm so dead right now at you saying this. Yes, you do.
I don't always get a new plate, but I don't let the serving spoon touch my plate.
Tim, you have to get a new plate.
I've never heard that as a rule.
Tim, it's always a rule.
I've gone back with my same plate
You
before.
can't.
I mean, it's a rare thing because usually I have a lot, I have little bits and pieces left over and I will get a fresh plate. But let's say I cleaned my plate. I'll be like, I'm going to save this dishwasher another plate and I'm just going to use my plate.
No, Tim, it's not allowed.
But I don't let the serving spoon touch my plate.
Okay, right. Well, you shouldn't. But I'm just saying since the beginning of time, it is a rule at buffets. You're supposed to get a new plate.
I don't know, man.
Look, anyway, the point is I told him, hey, I don't think they know they're supposed to get a new plate. He goes over. He's like, oh, yeah, they have to get a new plate for sure.
Yeah.
So he goes, he tells him, you got to get a new plate. You got to get a new plate. I think the message didn't go. Another guy was like, you know what? That's it. I'm done here. I'm leaving. This was the worst buffet experience. I was sad because I only got one plate. Because then I saw that. I was like I saw somebody licking. And it was so anyway.
That's why
you're probably onto something.
That's why I don't fuck with it, man. Because I just, I don't know. It's just now I'm so much more paranoid about the transfer of germs.
Yeah.
And I just I'm probably a little over paranoid now, like a lot of people are, I just don't want to, after going 2 years without getting sick, it's I just don't want to get sick again.
Yeah, I feel that.
So, granted, I did catch COVID, but but it wasn't from a buffet. So, so tell me, Cici's. So if y'all don't know what Cici's is, it's a buffet place. I had never been to a Cici's until I recorded my first album in Ohio. They took us to a Cici's to get some lunch. Let me tell you now, I am now way too bougie for Cici's. I'll tell you that right now.
You would never do it?
If I was recording an album now and they said, let's go to Cici's, I would say I will pass. And I will just go to Wendy's.
I'd
probably.
still go.
I don't think I'll go to Cici's.
I love all you can eat.
Well, okay. Well, so tell me how you got kicked out. Look, and shout out to Cici's. I'm sure your food is still great.
It's not great, and it got worse. It went downhill over time.
Okay, tell me about your experience.
It's true.
Please.
I don't love it anymore.
Okay.
Well, I didn't love it, but okay, yeah. It's it's not, yeah. But in high school, it was right there.
That makes sense.
It's a walk from my house. So it was we would just, go there during lunch or whatever. And once I was there and this I guess comes back down to the germ issue. When there would be a fresh cheese pizza.
Right. Ooh, yes.
I would head right up there and I would take it all. Mm-hmm. And I would eat it all.
The whole pizza? Are you allowed to do that at a buffet? Just take the whole pizza?
Not.
What the fuck? All right, go ahead.
Apparently not. I thought you could. Look. Because I was eating it. It's like I was taking it and wasting it like I took it. I ate it. And I can eat a lot. You know I eat a lot.
I was reading, have some fucking couth. What's wrong with you?
It was Cici's. There's no couth at
You don't
Cici's.
go to a buffet and take the whole thing.
I did. Because listen, I think there was another layer to it. I think not only was it that I was like in general not into germs, I think like I probably saw like some shade, like some I saw something probably that made me think, can't treat this like a normal buffet. So I thought I better take the pizza, take it to my table before anyone goes near it.
Right.
I think there was an element of that. It was definitely there was a germ element. I remember that for sure, where I wanted the whole pizza and I wanted to not. So that's what I was doing, and I was eating them. And then like every time my friend would go up, like they would start like making wisecracks at her, like calling, like I think they thought I was stealing the pizza. Like I think they thought I was
like putting it in your purse or some shit?
Yeah, I think they thought something was up because they would say stuff to her like, "Wow, your friend's real hungry." Like they would start making all these comments, and I love how her response, like she wanted to get like she was like, "I'll take this to another level." She's like, "If she was obese, would you be making these jokes?"
Oh my God.
So then it got like heated between them, like because she was trying to like make a point.
If she was a starving child from Africa, would you care that she was taking the pizza?
Right, like we took it to this like moral high ground, and the next thing we know, I'm not just getting kicked out. So like I'd say I've eaten 3 pizzas probably by now.
Wow.
So and they're gone.
What the fuck? By yourself?
Tim, they're not huge pizzas. It's Cici. You're like this.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're small pizzas. You're right.
And
you're right.
I get hungry.
Yeah. You go in. Yeah.
Got a thyroid disorder.
And you have lupus.
Yeah,
You
I
should
have
be eating
everything.
it all. Yeah.
I need it all.
Maybe if you put some panties on, you wouldn't be eating so much pizza, man. All right, go ahead.
So all of a sudden, in walk 3 cops.
What?
The cops. We're at a family. Cici's. Did you specify that Cici's is like, it's like a kid restaurant. It's like Chuck E. Cheese or something. It's like, there's like arcade games and like, it's a family place. So these like police officers come in, walk straight over to our table and just start like, what's your name? What's your da-da-da? What's going on? We got a complaint.
What the fuck?
And I'm looking up at the buffet like, couldn't we have handled this between us? Like you had to call the whole cops. Like all the kids are watching us. And my friend had like just gotten engaged, and that's
God.
We were seeing each other for the first time in a while, like back in Texas, and it was like
it was a celebration.
Yeah, it was a celebration at Cici's, but it all went horribly wrong. And then my friend she's spicy, so she wanted all the smoke with the cops, and so it was like this whole thing, and they were like, you can either remove yourself or we are going to remove you. Wow. Yeah. And we're like, do we get our money back?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like I ate 3 pieces.
Right,
I probably got my money's worth. Yeah. It's like $5 or something.
It's a good deal at Cici's for sure.
It's a good deal. And so at a certain point, they like really threatened to like get physical and put us in handcuffs.
What the fuck?
And at that point, we're like, we will go.
Wow.
But it was so embarrassing. Do you know how embarrassing that is? Like getting police escorted out of Cici's because you ate too much pizza.
They have a picture of you on the wall and shit. I imagine someone like you're fucking on tour as like part of your K-pop group, and they're like, that girl stole pizza. That girl's the Cici's pizza thief.
The Cici's bandit. No, but actually, it's funny because I went there so much growing up. Right. Like I said, it was like a walk from my house. I went there so much growing up that when the manager like heard what happened, he like told like, he told a friend of mine like, tell Alex to like, please come back in.
It's okay.
It's on the house. Yeah, like we're really sorry what happened. Like word got around. I was like a resident.
You were just a regular there.
I was a regular.
Man, there are no CCs in California that I know of. Hometown buffet was my thing. Was a big fan growing up. When my mom didn't feel like cooking, we would either go to the Asian buffets or we go to hometown buffet. And the Asian buffets, for some reason, the Asian buffets, even though they had all the Asian shit, they would always have pizza as well. And they would have pizza and like some type of wing situation. Like you would have
I remember that.
Yeah, man. You would have like, California rolls, little like spicy tuna rolls. You would have like stir fried chow mein. It would always have a big old thing of crawfish. That's actually what put me on a crawfish, actually, these Asian buffets. And then they would always have just like fucking cheese pizza for everyone who didn't want any of that shit, I've never been to Golden Corral.
Oh.
Yeah?
Oh, listen.
We just the past, I want to say 5 years of my life, we got a Golden Corral in like either Paramount or Bellflower. So I grew up in Paramount, and so there we got this Golden Corral, and I'm like, man, I'm so curious. I want to go. I told Rick, I'm like, bruh, we got to go to Golden Corral, see what this shit's about. But we never, and we were gonna go one night, but the line was so fucking long, and we were like, never mind.
I'm not a fan of Golden Corral, but I have to tell you.
Tell me.
It's another funny story.
Please.
My mom and I were there, and it was like the day, I guess it was like July 3rd, day before July 4th.
All right.
And there was like a table of people, and my mom is like, they're stealing. And I was like, what? I was like, they're stealing chicken. It was like they were taking fried chicken and like filling up these gigantic tote bags.
Oh my God.
Just filling them up. Okay, but like don't ask me why my mom cared so much. Like she was getting worked up.
Because she's like, a good person.
Yeah, but like, do we own Golden Corral? I don't know. Like, it was very,
Yeah.
And so they were just filling up these bags, and then she's like, I should go tell. And then she's like, no, I shouldn't. Yes, I should. No, I shouldn't. And like, she couldn't decide. And then
What if those people were overweight, starving from Africa, and pregnant, Alex? Did you ever think of that, Alex's mom?
Yeah, you know what? I think she did think of it because she didn't go tell until they were gone. And then she goes, I think you guys might want to keep better watch on the food. I'm like, why do you care? Like, Mom, why do you care? And she's like, and when she's telling the workers, they're literally like this.
Okay.
Yeah. And she's like, keeps like trying to like elaborate, like a lot of it, like they filled up 3 bags. Like she was like, really, she thought she was going to get a reaction or something. And she's like, I'm just trying to help because you guys aren't going to get a profit. I'm like, Mom, they're Golden Corral. Like she was so worried. Like it was like, she was treating it like it was like a small family
like a
business.
Mom and pop. Yeah.
I was like, no, they're going to be okay. And I'm thinking these workers, like they do not care.
Golden Corral workers are like, I just want to go home.
Exactly. They're like, yeah. They're like, thanks, ma'am. You
Cool.
know?
Yeah.
And to this day, when I bring it up, because I think it was so funny how it stressed her out and made her feel so bad for Golden Corral, she just felt like, oh, Golden Corral is getting cheated.
Oh, your mom. That's beautiful.
But when I bring it up to this day, she goes, oh, don't talk about it.
Your mom. Well, that's just sweet. Me and your mom are going to meet one day.
One day.
And I'm going to go over there for dinner. And I'm going to have a nice talk with your mom. And we're going to have some Thai food.
She loves Thai food.
And she's going to love it because, I enjoy your mom for a number of reasons. A couple main reasons being ever since you and me started becoming friends, your mom always made it known that she thought I was funny.
Yeah.
And she enjoys my rapping.
Loves your rapping. Loves your rapping. She just thinks you're so smart and clever. She's like, it's really good rapping.
Man, and I appreciate that, And
I appreciate your rapping too.
I know. You had me on a track and everything.
I did, and I liked that post the other day. It was older, but like I'd heard it before, but never wasted. No wasted syllables.
I post my old bars because I try to not only I like to show the new followers that I rap.
Yeah.
But I also I do that to remind myself. Posting old raps and then seeing people love it makes me go, I need to start rapping again. And so I occasionally will post old dope shit, a lot of old ciphers. So I look at the flame emojis and the flame emojis give me the juice to fucking want to get back in the studio.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I know that feeling. It's sometimes it just gets stale when there's no movement. You haven't done anything in a while.
Yeah.
And just knowing that people enjoy it and people are kind of waiting for it and want to hear it, it just kind of can give you inspiration when you didn't have any before.
Yeah. I can't believe you were a K-pop star not eating meat in Korea. That's crazy to me.
I know. And that first month I was there, I was going crazy. My favorite Korean food, bulgogi jungo.
Bulgogi jungle. What is jungle?
It's it's so good. It's like dangmyeon, so the sweet potato starch noodles. The clear ones, they're thicker.
Oh yes, they're like glass noodles almost.
Yeah, but thick.
But they're made out of sweet potato.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they out of the starch. Yeah, and then it's apple pear is what sweetens it. And there's onions, and they serve it, of course, rice on the side, and the bulgogi in it. And it just stews right there at your table. And it just gets this really rich. It was just comfort food. It's really Korean comfort food. And I just remember the first time I had it, it just blew my mind. It was one of those things
you creamed your non-existent panties.
Yes, how eloquent. And I just it was right around the corner from my apartment. So I just hit it up repeatedly.
But it was no meat.
No, it was meat. That's when I was eating meat.
What was the meat?
Bulgogi.
Oh, the beef,
Yeah,
boiled
the slice,
beef.
nice and thin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so instead of like putting it on a grill, they stew it.
Oh,
in
all
this.
together.
Whew, it was so good. Trust me.
Sounds amazing,
But you
yeah.
know what? I couldn't find a good one here.
Yeah.
Like when I came back, I wanted to find it, and the one I had in K-Town usually has like amazing Korean food.
Right.
But it was too salty, and it was just it's kind of hard to find somewhere that does that. Like because what I understood from what people told me in Korea, it's more of a home cooked dish that like
see.
your mom will put together or
Right,
something,
right.
rather than going to a restaurant for it. So it's tougher to find it, but like Korean food's so good.
Korean food is, I was telling David, I'm like, it's slowly creeping into like my top 3, I feel, as far as like Asian food.
Really?
Because of course, like, Thai food is like my number 1.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I'm a little biased, of course, but also Thai food is like,
Thai food's so dynamic. Like
I know.
flavor just grows. It's never I love how I love
you,
Thai food.
I know, and you love food that builds.
I love food
You
that
don't
builds.
like one note.
No.
She needs that shit to build. And
need
Thai
it.
food, it's like, it's so much going on at once, but it's always so balanced, you
yes,
know?
it marries so well.
Yes. So I
And
told...
also the fresh element. Sorry to cut
Yes,
you off.
no, cut me off, please.
The fresh element's important because like even when you have like one of the like heavier like fried noodle dishes or something like that where it's like there's heavy and there's like an greasiness to it, you get that fresh note always, like with the cilantro, fresh basil, like it just
It's what we do.
it's so good.
It's so fucking good, right?
so good.
So it's like, for me, it was like Thai food, and then like, if we measure by how much I eat and crave, I almost want to say Japanese is my second because I love sushi and ramen so much, right? And then
You do love ramen.
I do. I know. You're a pho over ramen. I know.
am,
I know.
yeah.
And then so that brings us to my third place, right? Where I can go. I'm teetering between Vietnamese and Korean.
Okay.
Because Vietnamese is like,
So good.
yes, pho is like
So good.
so balanced, and then like and then they have all types of other shit that's fire too. But then like I crave Korean shit so much.
What's
Like,
your favorite Korean foods?
I mean, I could just get down on some Korean barbecue is what I'm saying.
Okay.
But I know that's not your thing anymore.
Even like at the time, I like from all the Korean foods, like even when I was eating meat, Korean barbecue wasn't like my joint. Like it wasn't like, oh, like that's my favorite Korean food. Like I was all about the naengmyeon, naengmyeon, the spicy
the noodles.
naengmyeon. Yeah, the cold buckwheat
Fire.
noodle.
Yes.
So
Bomb.
good.
Oh, or that fucking like, what is it called?
Japchae,
Just like that stew, that military stew they do.
sundubu.
Yes.
Oh my
sundubu.
gosh. And sundubu I can still eat. You know, there's
Girl.
places that
Yeah, just get it without the meat.
Yeah.
Sundubu's
Oh,
man.
sundubu's so good.
That shit right there. Throw some fucking just instant noodles in there. Oh.
never had it with noodles.
Oh, girl. You
Never
gotta
had it
do
with noodles.
Just get you like a pack of instant noodles, throw it in your sundubu. Oh, girl, it's so bomb. Yes.
That sounds so good right now.
I like.
I love it. It's like it's got that nice spice to it. It's like it just is right. Like again, it's comfort food. Like you just and you take a scoop of rice, dip it in that soup. Oh, that's good.
Well, I mean, hey, I think that was a great episode. I'm hungry, even though I had a bunch of Chick-fil-A an hour ago.
We're done.
Or we can keep going.
Oh no, I just didn't know we were done.
Oh no, we can totally be done.
That was such an abrupt. That was a great episode.
No, I feel like we had a good. So,
Well, that was a great episode.
that was a great episode. Alex Reid. I mean, unless there's any more dire like topics you want to address.
No, I mean, food. I could talk about food all day, but thanks for having me.
Girl, thank you as always. I appreciate you so much for being my sub in so many aspects of my life, whether it be
Chia.
Sub Chia, Sub David, Sub Reddit, Subway, Sub Stute. Yeah.
To teacher was where I was going with that.
Yeah. And substitute
Subliminal.
panties. Thank y'all for listening and watching to the dudes behind the foods. Next time, David will be back. I know. And we're gonna talk all about his adventures in Hawaii. I got a whole story. I got stories about Texas to tell David, and Canada to tell David. Oh, it's been a long time since I've seen his slippery face. Thank y'all. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Alex, anything you want to plug?
No.
Amazing. Make sure y'all follow Alex on everything. The Alex Reid, if you ain't know. And thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Yo, it's the